The way that I talk about faith, I think I can best explain it in that I'm teaching a class on Psalms. And I love the Psalms because I think they are, as Heschel called them, birth pangs of faith, birth pangs of theology, because it begins with that sense of yearning, that sense of desire, that sense of, am I the beginning, the middle, and the end of the universe? And if we are the master of our fate, the captain of our soul, it's harder to have an entry point to speak about faith. And that's where I talk when I'm with someone who comes who's questioning, well, what is faith? What is this? And I love when people say, I'm not religious. And I try to actually redefine a lot of these words. We've given a lot of these words definitions, words so that we can reject them, and I try to redefine words so that we can bring them in and embrace them. And faith and religious are two words that I really try to redefine. So when people say I'm not religious, they're thinking, well, I don't daven, or I don't not turn on lights on Shabbat, and that's not what being religious is. To me, and what I help people understand, to be religious means that it's possible to see that one has a spirit, and that there's a power greater than all of us in the universe. And that's the starting point. If we can get just to that point, that there's just something more than us. Because I think when we use the word God, it ruins everything, because all of a sudden we've placed this restriction because we've named it. God is just a placeholder. Marcia Falk talks about that. God is just, that word is just a placeholder. It's that sense. It's kind of like saying, here's love. I'm holding love in my hand. You see it? Do you believe it? It's right here. Well, you don't. You can't. You don't see it. But you know, you've experienced love. And likewise, we've experienced faith. When Moses is climbing the mountain to go up for a second time to receive the commandments, and Moses begs God, let me see your face, let me see who you are. And God says, you can't see my face, you can only see my back. And that, I think, is a wonderful way of understanding faith, because sometimes we only know it when we look back on it. We only know we've experienced God when we look back on the experience of God. And so faith for me is an openness. It's a soft heart. It's a way to say, I can be in this moment. I can experience this moment. I can have an attitude that expresses thanks in this moment and believe that there's more to the universe than just me.